So you're planning a wedding and you don't really need to register for another gravy boat, but there is something else you could use. So can you really ask your wedding guests for cash instead of gifts? Our moneyologist Quentin Fottrell is here with the answer. Quentin, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So can you do this? How do you say, I'm going to pass on the gifts, but could you send me a big envelope of cash?
Well, I said yes. I had to come down one side or the other. And this fellow, he had a good reason for it. They live in a studio apartment, or not in a small apartment in Manhattan, and they want to save for a house. So I think it's fine. People want to go and celebrate your life and invest in your future. If you don't want 10 ironing boards or things that you already have, then you need to tell people the real reason. You need to be honest and say, this is what it's for. So you need to give a reason, and it has to be a noble reason. It can't be something like we want to have our year salon. It has to be something constructive.
Right. Saving for a house, that seems like a very responsible thing to do. Is this trend becoming more common? I mean, we know tons of young people who live in small apartments in the city who don't need fine china.
Right. No, it really is. So there was a survey by the Knot wedding website that said that 22% of people last year opened a honeymoon registry, which is effectively giving cash. And that's up from 11%, double what it was in 2010. And another 5% couples say they do ask for cash. And that's 5 times what it was in 2010. And there was another UK study I saw that said that 1/3 of couples are now asking for cash. So it really is becoming more popular.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we know that people spend a lot of money on weddings. If you're attending as a guest, you're probably going to enjoy this nice party, a swanky affair, and if the couple wants gifts or wants cash, it's okay to give them. But what if you're not attending the wedding and what the couple is asking for is cash? Do you still have to give them cash?
That's an interesting question. So I always have said in previous columns, if you're invited and you give a gift, and you can still do that here. But when it's cash, I don't think, this is my personal opinion, but I don't think there's any cash wedding police out there who will arrest me when I come out of the studio. But I think you don't have to give cash. But in this case, there are going to be people who still want to give gifts. So it's always good to have a backup, like maybe a smaller wedding registry, and think really carefully. And I linked to a blog in my piece about people were asked what they wish they'd put on their registry, and anything from art, travel luggage, carbon monoxide detectors. You can't have enough of those, especially if you're moving to a new house, right?
Sure,
or onion slicers. I bet this guy doesn't have an onion slicer. And a lot of accidents happen in the kitchen.
All right, good tips. And best to just be generous if someone does give you a gift and accept it.
Right.
Quentin, excellent advice from the Moneyologist. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.